Candidly, I'm re-recording this like a week after I originally recorded it. Feels weird because this is a little out of order for me. Hopefully it will still be in order for you. I cut my hair and I really like it. I have some bangs happening, but in the clip I recorded, they were driving me nuts. Like I couldn't even look at the video to edit it. So that's the superficial reason why. I went to New York 2 weekends ago now, maybe 3 weekends ago now, and I only bought a couple of things. I packed pretty tight on the way up, so I didn't have a lot of space to bring anything back. But I wanted to show you guys what I did get. I got 3 books. Well, actually, I got 4 books. One of them is for a friend. I'll show you that in a second. All of these were actually author book recommendations from Melissa here on YouTube. I have been watching her videos since she started her channel. I don't have other social media, so I didn't know she existed. And then she started her YouTube channel and immediately had like a pretty solid following. So I figured she came from a different platform. I really appreciate her videos, her taste. She's definitely more into literary fiction, which is something I dabble in, but I don't know the wide world of literary fiction, and she seems to have a pretty good grasp on it. Yeah, I also got all NYRB publications of these books, which I also didn't know existed until I started watching her videos. NYRB stands for New York Review Book, and I just wanted to get them because I was in New York. I went to 2 different bookshops. I went to Spoonbill Books, which was in, I believe, Williamsburg in Brooklyn. It was definitely in Brooklyn, but I think we were in Williamsburg when we went there. We did a lot of walking that day, so I can't recall exactly which neighborhood. Spoonbill Books. And then another shop I went to is Alabaster Bookshop, and that is in East Village. So from Alabaster Bookshop, I got Mrs. Palfrey at the Claremont by Elizabeth Taylor, and I thought this was such a unique cover. I don't know anything about it. I read the back synopsis and it sounds great. So I'm excited to read that. From Spoonbill, I got Beware of Pity by Stefan Zweig, which I'm also very excited about. Beautiful cover. Big book though. So that might be a 2026 book, not a 2025 book. I'm already behind on my reading goal. Actually, I think out of these 3, the one I'm most excited about is The Hearing Trumpet by Leonora Carrington. The synopsis of this sounds crazy. I had no idea what this would be about. Let me try to figure out how to summarize a synopsis for you. Residential corner, Mexican City ends with the man-made apocalypse that promises to usher in the Earth's rebirth. Yeah, that sounds crazy. So I'm really excited to read that. And this one was also from Spoonbill Books. What else I got was this. The Picture of Dorian Gray. I talked extensively about this book in my last video, so I won't harp on about it, but I actually bought this for a friend. I went to New York for a wedding, and the groom of the wedding has been my friend for many, many years, and he knew I was gonna be book shopping, so he asked me to find him something special. I don't think he's ever read this, and I think it'll be right up his alley. I honestly wanna keep it for myself, but I'm not gonna do that. 20 bucks, not bad. The cover that I have is not as cool. I have like a, I have a like fake vintage copy that was printed in like 2022. It does the job. So those are the books I got in New York. I also got literally the only 3 other things I got, small things, a bag of coffee from Le Cabra, which is like the best coffee, best bakery. So good. And then I also got a pen from Muji. I had my favorite pen with me and it exploded on the plane, and I wanted to check out Muji and get a pen from them anyway. So I got a ballpoint pen from Muji, and then also from Muji I got the Welcome Home Essential Oil Blend, which I like go in and out of using essential oils. I just use them for the smell. I don't use them for any like health benefits. It's not quite my thing, but this one just smells so nice. And I have like a tiny little oil diffuser, which is on that end table. Also, the other thing that I did the weekend after I got back from New York, I've had something every single weekend, all really good things, but every single weekend of October, it's been crazy. Last weekend was my martial arts competition. Dun, 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 dun. I got a gold medal. I did it. I'm really glad that that's over because I was really stressing about it. I am still a little in disbelief that I got a gold medal. I don't feel like I did my best. I'm usually pretty good at accepting accomplishments, but unfortunately somebody recorded my routine I did. And so now I get to see it and watch it back and then look at all the things I did wrong. So I decided I'm not allowed to watch it anymore, and I'm just going to be very proud of myself and very thankful for how calm I was, because I was super, super nervous for 2 months. And then the week of the competition, I started to chill out. And the day of the competition, I was like cool as a cucumber. Kind of crazy. Divine intervention. Anyway, back to the rest of the video from past me.
Okay. I got a picture in front of it.
Okay. Oops. I don't think I've spoken today. It's 10:30, it's Sunday. I've been moseying around and I'm about to head out to bring my friend the picture of Dorian Gray. Then I'm going to a yard sale that some friends are having, which I think they've done it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And today is Sunday, so they probably don't have a lot left. But I'm actually going to talk with one of my friends who they own the house they live in, and I want to talk to them about buying a house and what it was like, all that stuff. I've been listening to some interesting music, I feel, on repeat. I've been listening to Hayley Williams' new album, Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party. It is incredible. I don't listen to Paramore a lot. They definitely have like a good handful of songs that I am very into, super catchy. They know what they're doing, but I don't really venture outside of those songs. I definitely have never listened to anything Hayley Williams, like solo music. My friend Zach, he told me about her new album and recommended it to me, and it is so good. Everything about it, every song is amazing. The lyrics are amazing. The messaging is amazing. I just love it. Another one is Whitney, one of my favorite bands. They are just such a feel good, like windows down, sunny day band. They came out with a new single, Back to the Wind, and it has been on repeat. It has me like, also the weather has finally started to cool down a little bit. Like it's a high of 83 today, which is gorgeous and probably the most fall we're gonna get for October. But it just has me like windows down, hair in the wind. Oh, it's so beautiful and such a sweet song to listen to. So I've been listening to that a lot. Dracula by Tame Impala, he came out with like a little, I believe he's coming out with a new album, and then he released 3 singles from the new album. Dracula I've been listening to just because that's the newest release. One thing I have not listened to that came up on my Spotify homepage is this like, I don't know if it's like a curated album for David Bowie, but the title of it is I Can't Give Everything Away. And that is the title of a song from his last album that he released. It was released after his death, like he had recorded it and planned to release it. And that song is my favorite song from that album, and emotionally it just wrecks me. I'm a very, very emotionally unstable when it comes to David Bowie. Yeah, the name of this EP, or whatever it is, I haven't done any research. I just saw it and I was like, I don't want to be sad. But also the reason I love that song so much is because it reminds me so much of Death Grips and their style. And then I looked it up, and David Bowie did say that he was inspired by Death Grips for that album. So I was like, wow, look at me go. I totally, fully understand music. Anyway, so I'm going to listen to probably Whitney on my drive to go drop this book off to my friend. It just seems like such a beautiful sunny day outside. Happy Sunday. Wow, really a Sunday out. was just listening to the Batman arc playlist. So ridiculous, but it's good. Can't deny. I am back home. I had quite the beautiful day. It is exactly 3:00. I did not end up dropping off the picture of Dorian Gray to my friend. I went to grab a coffee and then I went to my friend's yard sale and just hung out there for like an hour. It was really fun. I bought 2 puzzles. I need hobbies that don't require a lot of effort, but also are not looking at a screen, of course. I've never really been like super into puzzles. I dabble. So I figured this was like the perfect way to experiment with that being a hobby, especially when it starts to get dark earlier. I usually try to go on walks around that time, but it's getting a little too dark and I'm not really scared of the people in my area as far as like safety wise, but more so the wildlife. I feel like I said that pretty southern. Wildlife. Speaking of wildlife, I went on a walk the other day, was on the phone with my sister, and there were these really cute ducks. Always the ducks around my area that had 2 little baby ducklings, and I guess that's redundant, baby ducklings. They were just so cute. I took a photo of them, sent it to my sister, but when I zoomed in on the baby ducks, the pattern of their fur and the way this picture is, they literally look like Shamu. Like when Shamu like goes up onto the little platform and has its tail up. I will insert a photo because these 2 little ducks, I just can't believe it. They look just like Shamu. They were so cute. Oh, after the yard sale, I left and I was going to head back home. And I saw my friend walking on the sidewalk. So I asked where he was going and he was going to get coffee. So I was like, get in, loser. I'm coming with you. So we went and got coffee. It was really fun. So I did have a little too many coffees today. Not enough water. I didn't have enough water yesterday either. So I do feel a little dried up and decrepit. I'm trying to compensate. I have a giant water bottle next to me. I'm home for the day. I'm just gonna chill out. I need to get some laundry done. I need to clean my closet. My room stays pretty clean, which means my closet becomes a dumping ground. So I'm gonna clean my closet, do the laundry, maybe do a little vacuum. I want to figure out what I'm gonna read next. I'm not exactly sure. So I brought, because I wasn't sure if I was gonna be out reading somewhere today, I always just bring a book with me just in case. I brought Chronicle of a Death Foretold by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. This is the copy. One of my friends got this for me for my birthday, and what is very cool is that whoever she got it from, I think, she must have got it from Used Bookstore. They have these like incredibly extensive notes everywhere, and they're really nice and neat. Like there's a bunch of these Post-its. Beautiful handwriting. Oh, this was from the library bookstore. That's so cool. $1.50. She knew I wanted to read this because she had read it and rated it 5 stars, and I liked it. I liked that activity on our book app. And so she gave it to me for my birthday, but I did already have a copy of it. But this is nice because I think I'll actually read this version of it. And I love that there's all the notes in it as well, versus the copy I have is beautiful. It's so gorgeous. And here's our man. I just love that I own this. So I was going to start reading this, and I still might do it. I like that it's a smaller book and I can get through it probably faster. I feel like I've not been doing too well on the reading front. I've got some catching up to do if I want to hit my arbitrary book goal. There's some other books I might want to read instead. I'll talk about in a second, because first I want to mention that I read this when I was in New York. I started on the plane there, finished it on the plane home. Kind of a short book. I was surprised I finished it. It's 100 and something pages long. 183 pages long. Super short book. I did not expect to love this book as much as I do. I think this might be one of my favorite books of all time, like top 10. I really didn't expect that. I thought I was going to struggle through it, and I wanted to read it just to have read it, but it was incredible. I did try to read it in high school and I just couldn't do it. There's so much slang in it, but honestly, you get used to it. The slang is pretty in context, so you can use your deductive reasoning to figure out what he's referring to. And then in some cases, he'll literally say what it means. But this copy, I actually didn't realize this until I finished the book, that this copy I have has an actual glossary of all of the slang that he's made up. But I just think it's so cool that he created this whole separate slang language. I loved this book. I love the themes in the book. I love the moral dilemmas in the book. It is pretty graphic in some parts. If you've never seen the movie, then I think the movie shows the graphic parts pretty well. I guess just be aware of that. Maybe give it a Google before you read, but this is incredible. I truly feel like everybody should read this book. So I did finish this. I was very happy that I finished that on the trip. So I'm not sure what I'm going to read next either. I'm going to actually read this. My brother is obsessed with this book series, Hyperion. I know I will like it. It's a big book. It's a big book. I kind of am a little hesitant to read a book that might slow me down and finishing up books versus like something smaller like this. But I do really want to read this, so I'm not sure I might. This is one of the books I got in New York, The Hearing Trumpet by Leonora Carrington. Honestly, just the synopsis of this sounds insane. So I'm very intrigued by what this book is seemingly about. So that's a contender. And then in the way opposite spectrum, I don't know what side of the internet you're on, but this is everywhere. This one and the cinnamon bun bakery, I think, coffee shop. I don't know. Just like so ridiculous and just an easy read. And so fall that this could be just like a fun one to read. And one of my friends got this for me for my birthday because I was mentioning how I kind of want to read it, but I also like didn't want to spend money on it. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to chill, take a look at these books, maybe watch a movie. I have no more plans for the day. I am so happy about that.